Hey, look, most financial advisors won't say this, but I will. For many people, retiring at 55 could be the best decision they ever make. Now, this isn't about chasing an early retirement just to escape work. It's about unlocking powerful opportunities, financial, emotional, and lifestyle that most people don't even realize exist. And after helping hundreds of clients transition into retirement, I've seen the game-changing impact of shifting your mindset around when to retire. My name is Keith Wilson, and I am a financial advisor helping folks just like you retire with clarity. And in this video, I will be discussing why 55 might be your magic number. So let's get into it. Look, when we talk retirement, everyone focuses on ages, like 59 and a half or 65. But few people understand the unique window that opens at 55. The combination of financial tools, lifestyle freedom, and health advantages at this age is something we don't talk about enough. Let's start with one of the most overlooked tools in the retirement planning toolbox, the rule of 55. So, if you leave your job in or after the year you turn 55, you can take penalty-free withdrawals from your 401k or 403b. Now, normally, you'd pay a 10% penalty for pulling funds before 59 and a half, but not under this rule. Look, that's a big deal. This gives you access to retirement money now when you're young enough to enjoy it without getting whacked by early withdrawal penalties. Now, of course, taxes still apply, but this rule can fund the early years of retirement without draining other accounts or waiting around for the magic Medicare age. Now, we need to solve the healthcare gap. The fear of losing employer health insurance keeps many people working until they're 65. But with the right income strategy, that gap can be bridged smartly. Take Barbara and James. Both retired at 55. We structured their income to qualify for ACA subsidies, dropping their monthly health insurance premiums from $1,800 to $340. That's over $17,000 a year in savings, simply by knowing how to navigate the system. Now, there is something I call the health wealth sweet spot. You see, at 55, many people have reached a point of financial stability and still have the health and energy to enjoy it. That sweet spot doesn't last forever. Look, you've built your career, paid down debts, saved and invested, and crucially, you still have time, energy, and mobility to do the things you've always wanted to do, like travel, pursue hobbies, or spend time with family. I've seen too many people wait until 65 or older only to be hit with a declining health condition or caregiving responsibilities or just burnt out. By then, that window of vitality has already started to close. Next, let's talk about life returns that don't show up on a statement. You see, money isn't the only return worth measuring. For example, I worked with a fellow, David retired at 55. His goal, more time with his grandkids. He spent the next 10 years coaching Little League, taking road trips, and just, being present. Those memories, they're priceless. No investment portfolio can replicate that. So, too often, we focus on maximizing account balances instead of maximizing life. But if your basic needs are met, the pursuit of more just delays the life you could be living now. And here's the kicker. If you retire slightly too early, you still have options. You could cut spending, go part-time, tweak your investments, things like that. But if you retire too late, those lost years, you don't get them back. Listen, satisfaction peaks earlier than you may think, and research backs this up. According to a health and retirement study conducted by the University of Michigan, retirees who leave work between 55 and 59 report up to 37% higher life satisfaction than those who wait, even when their financial situations are similar. Why? Because they traded time for meaning, not just for money. Now, there are mental traps that hold people back. So let's talk about that. Hey, but before we do, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, why not click that subscribe button? Give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Okay, so why do people keep working? One thing is the just a little more syndrome. We're wired to keep saving for the next goalpost, even when we've already crossed it. Then there is the Medicare mirage, believing you must work until 65 for health care, when smart planning can solve that gap. Another is identity anchoring. So for some, their job, that's their whole identity. I worked with a principal, we'll call her Patricia, who was terrified to retire. After taking the leap, she found fulfillment mentoring part-time. So retirement became her second act, not an end, but a beginning. Then there is the certainty illusion. We think more money means more security, but working longer isn't without risk. Robert could have retired at 55. He waited. At 67, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. His biggest regret? Not retiring sooner. That's why I created the 55 optimization framework. It balances financial sufficiency, not maximum savings, just enough for your lifestyle. Health timeline. How many good years do you realistically have left? Personal fulfillment. What do you want this next chapter to feel like? So instead of asking, do I have enough to retire? Ask, how can I get the most life from what I've saved? Could 55 be your time? Here's how to find out. Run a real sufficiency analysis, not based on someone else's numbers, but yours. Be honest about your health horizon. If you knew you had 10 vibrant years left, would you want to spend them all working? Next, map your healthcare strategy. ACA subsidies, COBRA, or spousal coverage. These are all options. Use tax strategies, Roth conversions, asset location, and Social Security planning matter even more when you retire early. Next, define your first 5 years of retirement. Purpose gives clarity. Know what you're retiring to, not just from. You see, most people never even consider retiring at 55, not because they can't, but because they've been conditioned to believe it's irresponsible. But the truth, for many, it's not only possible, it could be optimal. Look, retirement isn't about having the most money. It's about having the most life. And if you plan it right, 55 might be the best decision you never knew you could make. Hey, I hope you have found value in this, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. And until then, we will see you next time. If you like what you're seeing so far, check out this next video. Subscribe to the channel. Lord willing, we'll see you next time.